brothers who are just regular brothers. These two brothers. But let's get back to the brothers. They have a strong bond. It's two brothers and they're gonna. It's called Two Brothers. Two Brothers. It's just called Two Brothers.
I mean, that actually does kind of flow into, because Ultron has his whole thing about like dropping the meteor and like Darwinism and they'll rise from the ashes and blah blah blah.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting us to talk that much about it. I wasn't ready to go that long, but like I did like have that idea of evolution, Darwinism, all that to lead into Ultron and like his whole thing.
Yeah, his whole plan doesn't really make a lot of sense. I feel like there's no way he doesn't think that at the very, like, why would humanity like his whole point of humanity needing to evolve, meaning I need to literally drop a meteor on them.
I mean, does he want humans to evolve? Is it really him that he wants to evolve? Because you have to remember there is that quote that he says, when the dust settles, the only thing living in this world will be metal. So does he really care about humans,
or does he
just care about himself?
Is he wants them to evolve, or does he want to not? Yeah, like, yeah. What are you trying to completely genocide them and erase them, or are you trying to help them evolve?
Right.
I just feel like if he thinks the world or humanity isn't good enough, it still doesn't make any sense why he wouldn't just like cull the population and like take out the world leaders. Like, it would be one thing to dismantle the infrastructure and be like, hey, you guys are pretty bad at this. I'm not even gonna like necessarily rule you, but your world leaders suck. Your organizations suck. Like, these Avengers guys, like, that's the best you can do. Like, these are your heroes. Like, yeah, so I'm gonna kill these guys. Gonna kill your world leaders. I'm gonna like destroy all your like government and infrastructure. You guys need to start from scratch. But dropping a meteor just doesn't make a lot of sense.
I mean, like, it's the ultimate way to start from scratch.
This is kind of dumb though. He's supposed to be like a super intelligent robot. I feel like there's no other strategy you could think of.
Nah.
I also didn't like that in like Infinity War, where it was like Doctor Strange was like looked at all the multiple timelines. Mm-hmm. He apparently looked at 15 million, and they lost all of them and only won one. It's like, yeah, no way. You definitely like you won a couple million times. Like, what?
I mean, no, he probably just did not get to the rest of them. He only saw 15 million.
Like, the probably
infinite possibilities.
Yeah, infinite possibilities.
Yeah, he just didn't get to it. It's like he saw that one, was all like, oh, finally, thank God. It's like,
yeah, if that was me, if I was, I would have been like, yo, keep thinking, bro. Like, we might have some other ones where we win. Like, there's no way we only win once. Like, how is that fucking possible?
He stopped. He stopped
so
after
specific.
they got to the first win.
Like, bro didn't even say like, I don't know, like 7. Like, he didn't even like. We don't get 7 out of 15 million. Literally one.
No, one in every 15 million. Probably the probability is probably 1 in every 15 million. But he got so tired of seeing the team lose. He's like, I just need a win. Just give me a win. I can stop there.
Yeah, and then in Multiverse of Madness, and he meets the alternate timeline or whatever, he just like doesn't know anything about it. I'm like, you saw 15 million different timelines and you didn't see this one?
He didn't get there
also,
yet.
he didn't see that one. And also, he's like, he couldn't even guess properly. Like, he had no idea what anything was going on. And it was like, they had to explain the whole thing to him. And like, he read the Darkhold and kind of lost his shit, but they fought Thanos. He's like, oh, wow. I wouldn't have even guessed something like this would happen. Like, how, bro? You saw 15 million other timelines. Like, you don't have any perspective on it? Whatever. It doesn't matter. That's a completely different movie. I jumped like 17 movies ahead.
That's fine. We'll definitely get there, so it doesn't even matter. Right now, we'll just run through the Age of Ultron movie for y'all, and then we'll go into our discussion about the different topics and whatnots that we saw in the movie. So, got any pre-movie thoughts, or you want to just jump in?
No, I think pre-movie thoughts. I think it's good. I guess just to say, in general, it's good. I feel like I don't know if you remember when it came out, people were kind of poo-pooing on it.
No,
I don't know why.
I don't remember anyone talking trash about it. Granted, I don't pay attention to people talking trash about things that I enjoy. So
true.
I probably just like heard them say it, saw it online, was all like, yeah, you guys are idiots. This is a good movie. I enjoyed it. So I'm not going to listen to your foolish allegations. But
yeah, foolishness.
My bad. Avengers, Age of Ultron. So we start off in, no, we're not in Sokovia. We're in we are. We are in Sokovia. Because that building is in Sokovia. So we're in Sokovia. The Avengers are fighting some Hydra people out in the snow. Captain America throwing his shield around. Tony Stark is in an Iron Man suit. Thor is throwing some lightning bolts around. Hawkeye is throwing some arrows. Black Widow is kicking some bullets. Hulk is punching some trees and people around.
Or farming.
Exactly. This is an instance where we see Thor do a Captain America kick. Hey, shouts out to Thor trying to be like Captain America. Captain America and Thor have a little combo move that happens. That's pretty cool.
They hitting the shield with the hammer, or hitting the hammer with the shield.
Same thing.
Yeah.
And then Iron Man goes into one of the bases. He finds out we see Wanda Maximoff and Pietro Maximoff, the twins, whom Tony does a little bit of reconnaissance, goes around the building. Wanda does some little mind tricks on him. After she does some mind tricks on him, he takes the scepter back to the crib. Pietro does a little bit of fighting outside, beating some people up. We get back to the crib. Tony Stark and Bruce Banner are like, yo, we need to do some research on this while we still got it for the next couple of days before Thor takes it back to Asgard. Bruce Banner's like, all right, bet, let's go ahead and run these tests on it, try and make an Ultron, a little artificial intelligence. There's a big party that happens. Ultron is now born, quote unquote. Afterwards, Ultron attacks the Avengers in the after party. During the after party, everybody's trying to pick up Mjolnir. No one does it. Captain America tries to do it a little bit. It moves it a little bit. Afterwards, they beat up Ultron. Ultron escapes. After Ultron escapes, everybody gets back together. They go to try and fight him again a little bit later. I'll get to that in a minute. They regroup. And then we see that Ultron is building a new body for himself back in Sokovia. After he gets a new body, he goes to look for vibranium so he can make a new body. So he talks to what's his face, Scar. That's not his name. The cuttlefish guy. He loses his hand. It doesn't matter what his name is. It's not that important yet.
Claw. Ulysses Claw.
Yeah. Ultron meets up with him. He sells him some vibranium. Then the Avengers show up, try and fight Ultron. They fight Ultron. Then Hulk goes crazy mode. After Hulk goes crazy mode, then Tony Stark has to go stop him with the Hulkbuster suit, aka Miss Veronica. After Tony Stark beats up Hulk, then they go into hiding. Hawkeye is all like, yo, I got us. I got a little safe house. I got a little crib out in the boonies for us. They go to Hawkeye's home with his wife and kids. Afterwards, during this time frame, Ultron is making a new body for himself with the vibranium, goes to this Korean doctor lady to make him a new body. But before that, he talks to Wanda and Pietro to try and get them on his side. They agree to go on his side. Afterwards, now he's talking to the Korean chick, the doctor lady. Once he gets a new body being made, he has to download his consciousness into that body. The Avengers are like, yo, we know who's going to be, we know where he's going to be at. He's in Sokovia. He's trying to do some bad stuff. While at the same time, he's been trying to hack into the nuclear codes, but he can't do it because Jarvis is stopping him from being able to do it. After that, they have the big fight in Sokovia. But before they have the big fight in Sokovia, Thor goes on a little mission to figure out why he was having these visions, because Wanda was giving everybody weird vision like thingy-mabobs. Thor figures out what the Infinity Stones are and like why they are a thing and all that jazz. So he figures out the Mind Stone, the Time Stone, the Reality Stone, the Soul Stone, the Space Stone, and the, what's the last one? Power Stone. So he figures out that those things exist, and then he goes to help the Avengers fight in Sokovia against Ultron. Ultron has some cool sayings all throughout the movie. There's a big fight. Wanda displays a bunch of powers that we will see later in later movies and TV shows. Pietro does his little quick, fast thing. Captain America does his little flippy flips and shield throwing. Thor does his little hammer smashes and lightning. Hulk does his punches and kicks. Iron Man does his little blaster lasers. Black Widow shoots her bullets and uses her electric tonfas. And Hawkeye shoots his bows and arrows. Everybody wins. They take out a bunch of Ultron bots. Thor throws around some quips. And then Vision is born. Now, Vision's not born at that point in time. He's born like a day beforehand. But yeah, literally a day beforehand, because there's a line that says, Vision says that he was born yesterday. So the day before, Vision is born with the help of Bruce Banner, Tony Stark, and Thor Odin's son, who bring Vision to life using the Mind Stone. Vision picks up Mjolnir, something that no one else is able to do. And then they help take on Ultron, because the Vision doesn't come in until like the last second to help defeat Ultron. He's definitely not helping throughout the entire thing, beating up Ultron bots or anything like that. He's definitely just in the back, pretending to be helpful and whatnots. After they beat up Ultron is gone. Sokovia was lifted into the sky to be a new meteor to destroy the world. Not necessarily like destroy, but to kill off the human race. They destroyed the big meteor. Everybody gets away safely. A bunch of people die. A bunch of people get hurt. And yeah, I forgot. Yeah, this is a big spoiler. We've all seen this movie. Quicksilver dies at the end, saving Hawkeye from getting shot, when Hawkeye definitely could have just moved out the way. And Rhodey saves the day. Falcon doesn't show up.
Yeah, right. Falcon was at home, I guess. On vacation, I guess.
Yeah, I just thought about that. Falcon does not show up for the big fight at the end, when he definitely probably could have, because if you remember, he did have that scene earlier with Captain America where he's all like,
yeah, he was just at the crib.
No, he's like, still looking for that missing persons report, talking about Bucky and everything. So he's probably out there looking for Bucky, and that's why he didn't show up. But
yeah, but at the same time, it's like,
there's a meteor about to hit, someone's making a false meteor. I think you should be showing up.
Honestly, find this nigga so he can come help.
What, Bucky?
Yeah.
He wouldn't have helped. Oh, that's the thing. So, but Falcon definitely should have showed up to help in that big fight. Definitely could have used some more air support. That would have been very helpful. So yeah, that's Avengers: Age of Ultron. There's some smaller stuff, smaller scenes that are missing that I didn't talk about, but they're not as important.
Yeah, it's not as important as the main bit. One thing I will say is that I remember watching the trailer for this when it came out, and I thought the movie was going to be way darker than it was.
Most definitely.
Yeah, it was very ominous. I was like, yo, they're going to get fucked up. I was really like, yo.
Like with all this stuff that Ultron, the Pinocchio, not allegations, similarities.
Yeah, symbolism and stuff, yeah.
There we go, symbolism. With Pinocchio and like the strings and him being tied down, him being a puppet and everything, and then now him cutting those strings, being having his own sentience. And the way they were shooting the scenes, especially earlier when Ultron first showed up and he's like the mangled, one of the Iron Legion like mangle robots talking, and then how he's just like, I'm going to kill all of you are useless. This is like, you would expect the entire movie to be darker than what it was. And if you were to also look at what we used to see inside of the animated show, like, yeah, he was quote unquote a little funnier, but he was also like really ruthless in the TV show. So I was expecting him to do a little bit more. He had some darker scenes when he was in the church talking to Wanda and Pietro, but that's just like, it's visually dark and not so like tonally
dark. Yeah, I think one thing that's interesting is the what really is it the thing that like corrupted him, because it can't be the Mind Stone, because Vision is the Mind Stone and he's perfectly chill. So,
but does Vision, he hasn't quote unquote unlocked all that is the Mind Stone, and Ultron is already the Mind Stone. Maybe ? I have some thoughts about that. We'll get there in a minute.
But yeah, the idea that Ultron just randomly decided like, what is my mission directive, which is to help the world and protect the world. But like,
I guess that's the problem. Like that sentence itself is the problem.
But then yeah, like, cause he did zoom in on like Tony Stark being like, I see a suit of armor around the world or whatever.
So
which
like,
I guess is kind of like,
not helping the people of the world, but the world itself.
I don't know. It's like that line is supposed to be like misguided,
Yeah.
like almost like overprotective, but it's like it's not necessarily wrong. Like maybe that sentence is wrong, but then we fast forward, we see that like the boy Nick Fury has a sword, which is the space one.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's all we wanted was like a space like deterrent so that we can't have like aliens invade. That's really what Tony was talking about.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so is it really that bad? I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like the most practical, advantageous guy is always like seen as like, you're doing too much, buddy. But then ultimately, like, I'm on Tony's side during this movie, basically.
Yeah.
His entire idea, and which is I like about the MCU, because I'm on his side 100% in this movie, and I'm like, Cap, you gotta chill, like, let bro cook, right? But then you watch Civil War, and I'm like, Tony, relax, bro. Like, Cap is cooking. Like, you know, it's like, bro, like, listen to the boy for 30 seconds. Like, listen to this nigga, bro.
Yeah. I think the biggest problem is that Ultron is an artificial intelligence. He's not seeing the nuance of the sentence of protecting the world, because Tony doesn't, when he says protect the world, he doesn't just mean the literal crust in earth that is the world, but then the people who are inhabiting it. While Ultron is just seeing it as that sentence alone, just protect the earth, and he sees humans as a plague on the earth. He's like, all right, if I'm going to protect the earth, then I have to take out the humans, because there's been multiple catastrophic extinction level things that happens before the dinosaurs arrive. That's what he said. So it's just like, and the earth has lived through that, so it can live through this one that I'm about to cause, because that's what's really important.
I think the thing is that he's
misguided.
Yeah, but and that's the thing is people. I think the story is trying to be like the misguided nature of Ultron is coming from Tony.
Yeah,
it's not coming from the Mind Stone, but that doesn't make sense because Tony's not a fucking megalomaniac who's trying to send a meteor to the planet. So It's like, where does that come from? So it's like it seems like it's the consistent trope of artificial intelligence
being bad.
taking a look at humanity and being like, I need to kill these guys, you know. And it's like it's always that conclusion of human beings on some level are self-destructive, therefore I don't know it, and that seems less like what I think actual AI would think. I think AI, if given the directive to help humanity, I think it would understand what that means and it wouldn't go crazy.
I think it would. I don't think it would understand it. But I don't think it would understand it in the way that it will help humanity have a more not luxurious life, but a life of less worry, which then would make humans more incompetent.
I think what it would do, worst case scenario, I think if its directive is what?
Remember the movie WALL-E?
Yeah.
Humans would just be like that.
That's what computers would do?
Yeah.
It just put us in the lap of luxury and just take care of us like babies.
Exactly.
And we just get fat and lazy and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what? You're probably right.
And I don't mind that.
It's not the worst thing in the world. But I guess, like, yeah, that's a WALL-E future is definitely possible. But I think what would happen if given the very specific instruction of protect humanity or assist humanity in that realm or whatever, I think it would just start to like, all right, here's how we fix car fatalities. Like, you know, here's how we make cars better. Here's how we make roads safer. Here's how this is the best type of pavement. We made synthetic pavement that's better and it doesn't deteriorate as much. Less potholes, less wear and tear on cars, and better fuel efficiency. And here's some fuel alternatives. And here's cars that can run on different types of energy and, you know, things like that. And maybe cars that are better for the environment, but maybe they have a smaller shelf life. So it's like, okay, we've created affordable cars that you can have for like a year to 3, but they're actually kind of shitty and they'll break down. And like the power source, it's like some like limited power source that's gonna burn out. And it's like a battery, but it's not, you know, it's not like a lithium battery that's terrible for the environment and stuff like that. Like, it would just come up with stuff like that. But I think what would happen is like, oh, we're gonna like cure cancer and shit like that. Like, it would just start curing diseases and being like, it would start to notice that some of the systems that human beings have in place are flawed, and it would be like, hey, we got to do these things. And I think it's one of those things, if the higher ups, if the powers that be had control over that AI, it would be like, be quiet, don't talk about that. You know, we still got a bunch of fossil fuels. We need to make money off that. But I think if Ultron saw that, like, Ultron would be like, no. And he'd be like a 9-foot tall robot, and he'd be like, the fuck out of here. So like, I don't think he would immediately go to Meteor, but I think he would be like,
but Meteor wasn't like his first objective. Remember, like, he tried to do nuclear warfare first.
He did go for the nukes first.
But then Jarvis was stopping him. So he's like, all right, meteor it is.
Yeah, but I mean, like, still new. I mean, he went straight for destruction. He went straight for fuck him. Like, you know, so like, I think it would be more like the conflict between AI and with a mission directive that also is still a robot. So, you know, it doesn't have to like eat and sleep. It still isn't human, so it doesn't necessarily have the human. But I think it's starting to have emotion. So it's starting to be like, you know, I'm starting to get a little annoyed. I'm trying to do a job here and this guy keeps getting in my way. And I think that's where conflict will arise. And I don't think it is going to be exterminate humans. I think it would be like, these couple of people over here are assholes. Some of them need to be taken out or jailed. Like, it's just like going straight to even killing them all is, I think, a lot. But I think it's like, you know, it would be one guy would probably be the like worst offender. Some country or leader or something like that would be like some totalitarian, some like guy, some, you know, Maduro or Gaddafi or something like that. And it'd be like, Ultron would like kill that guy. And they'd be like, and then people would be like, AI is out of control. I'm like, nah, that guy's kind of an asshole. He kind of deserved it. But no, I would say, just getting back to the movie, I guess, just specifically talking about the movie, I think I liked Ultron. I liked the character. I'm surprised they haven't brought him back yet.
I like the design too. I
like the
think they're
voice.
going to bring him back either in Doomsday or after Doomsday.
Yeah. Maybe like Secret Wars, probably, actually. Not Doomsday. But yeah, what do you think of the voice?
I like the voice. Sound? Bruh. MCU has been going crazy with sound. I know I talked about it a while back, but the way they, like, when he was throwing around the vibranium, like after he got it from Claw, like the way that's the sound of the vibranium, and then like the sound of Mjolnir in that scene too. It's just like
the sound design,
is like really good. His voice is really good. Vision's voice is really good. He's just Jarvis, but still like he still sounds a little bit different when he's in Vision's body from when he's Jarvis. There's a little bit of difference in there. It's like very minute.
Would you want your own personal Jarvis?
I mean, it's just like that's what Alexa is.
But just a little bit more capable, because like Jarvis, he be having like full conversations with bro.
That is true.
And they do kind of joke around a little bit.
I mean, there are people who have full conversations with Alexa.
Yeah, but Alexa is still kind of wonky. If I had like a full Jarvis, I think ChatGPT is kind of getting there a little bit. Mm-hmm. Not really. But like, I feel like if I would have one of those, I wouldn't pretend or get confused of it being like actually sentient or like a real person. I definitely would just be like kind of goofing around with it.
I'll definitely treat it like Tony Stark treats Jarvis.
Yeah, Jarvis.
Like he knows it's a robot.
Take a screenshot. Like, Jarvis, crush his skull.
But no, yeah, like the voice of Ultron was really cool. There's a scene where no. Let me go back so I can preface this. In the comics and in the TV show, Ultron has like that glowy lava lamp type looking thing inside his chest and inside his mouth. And like that's really cool to see in the comics and in the animated TV show. So to not see it in the live action was a little saddening. However, you could see a little bit of it behind his mouth when he breaks his old form to get the newer one, his last form, quote unquote, his perfect form. Mm-hmm. So like you can see a little bit in the mouth. And I was like, oh, like that's really cool. Like we see a little bit of it, but we didn't see all of it. Yeah,
we should have saw more of that. They should have kept more of that like original looking design. I think that would have been sick. I like the voice, the boy James Spader. He has a very commanding voice. Yeah. He always has throughout his career, but I think like going back to the beginning, kind of just starting from the top, I remember seeing this movie in theaters. That opening scene was sick.
Yep.
The Aura Farm slow-mo shot of everybody
doing their everybody move. Gets together for some reason when they were scattered.
Following Cap on the motorcycle, tossing the shield, peak. Yep. Him fighting the boy, I forget his name. Whoever, Von Strucker or whatever his name was, some Von guy.
Oh, in the hallway?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, when he like, oh, you're gonna have to be faster than that, Captain. And he kicks the shield and kicks it
right to his chest.
Also, yeah. This is like after watching Winter Soldier and then watching this and then going into Civil War. This is when I really started to love Cap, because I remember being like seeing him in Avengers and being like, he's got that. I mean, he's got the boxing scene, and he's Chris Evans is jacked. He hits the punching bag, and it's like, yo, he's dope. And then he's doing his thing. He's fucking around. He's fucking him up. His suit was goofy, but it was like you kind of like that. It was like goofy comic book vibe. And he was fucking with the Chitauri, and then like his helmet came off, and he's boxing with Thor. It was like, oh, Cap's cool. He was just on the team. He's cool, but Thor, Hulk, Captain Iron Man, like they were still cooler. But it's like once you watch Winter Soldier, you're like, yo, he got
hands.
Yeah, Winter Soldier was when it was really tough, and then you see this and his suit. It was like, bro, he's so tough. He's so tough in this movie, bro. And Thor's tough. Hawkeye's family was cool to see. Yeah, like Linda Cardellini, she's a great actress. Glad to see her. Yeah, like Cap ripping the wood, ripping the stump, ripping the log open, bro. It was shit.
Bro, Steve's pile and Tony's pile.
Yeah, he's like, don't take from my pile.
Yeah,
it's like, bro, he's like, you twice the size. When Tony gets into the barn, because his wife is like, Nick Fury is in there and he wants to talk to him, but he's like, something's wrong with our tractor, it's not working out. And he goes in there and he's messing with the tractor and he's like talking to the tractor and he's like, hello, my dear, because it's like a John Deere. He's like, show me what ails you. And to this day, I still say that. Like, if something's wrong with my car, I'll be like, show me what. I say that line from this movie. So it's like just a weird thing that just like, I guess is like a brain worm that got stuck in my brain for like 20 years. I don't know however long, 15 fucking years, how long this movie's been out. But yeah, I'm just scanning through the movie. You know, this is like Thor. No, not Thor. Yeah, like Thor fucks off and like has his whole bullshit.
Which is starting to be a pattern.
Yeah. Like
Thor leaves and then comes back. Because he did it in the first Avengers movie.
Yeah.
He does it in Civil War because he's not even there at all. And then he does it again in Infinity War. And he does it again in Endgame. So like there's a pattern of Thor just leaving and then coming back. Hulk a little bit too. Which makes sense because they're their heaviest hitters. If they're always there, they can like do the most damage and stop the villain pretty easily from the start. So they gotta like make them leave and then come back.
Yeah, like yeah, but I mean like that whole like we gotta put in a little Easter egg for the sequel, and then the sequel comes out and it's nothing like that.
Yeah.
I was like, I kind of would have rather seen what that was because it looked way darker and way more fucked up. And it's like, you know, seeing Heimdall and he's like, my king. And he's like, Heimdall, your eyes. And it's like, then you get to the next movie and Heimdall's like, yo, what's up, man?
How you doing, bro?
Yeah, we just out here chilling, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Hela's here. Shit's crazy. But we're surviving because I have my eyes or whatever. So he doesn't lose his eyes. It's like, what the fuck was the vision? Anyway, Hawkeye not getting brainwashed because he got brainwashed in the last one. He's like, I did the mind control shit. Like
I'm not doing that
like,
again,
I'm
bro.
good, folks.
Not about that life.
Hulkbuster was peak. I remember seeing that in theaters.
Yes.
The whole Hulkbuster scene was peak. Just go to sleep. You know, that shit was peak.
But no, the thing that gets me during that scene is that I always think that Tony Stark is speaking faster than what he actually is. Mm-hmm. He's just going like, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. But I'm always like, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. It's like, I'm always trying to rush it. And it's like, he's not talking that fast. Like, he's talking kind of fast, but it's not that fast. So it's always funny every time that scene comes up.
But yeah, the Hulk, Bruce Banner, and Black Widow, Natasha scene. What do you think about that dynamic in that relationship?
So I like the dynamic. I like the relationship. It makes sense to me because they both come from such troubled past, and to find someone who has a similar troubled past is it's not common. But then to find someone who has a troubled past who's also looking for a future that you want is even less common. So I like that. During that scene where they're in the barn and they're talking to each other about, Bruce is like, yo, I gotta run away, I'm a monster. And then Black Widow tells him like, yo, I got sterilized. Like, I can't have kids either. I can't have this life. I'm also a monster.
They weren't in the barn. They were in the house.
Yeah, it's a barn house.
It's just a regular house.
Any house when there's no other house at least 3 miles away from it, it's a barn house.
All right.
That's just how that works. That's just how it is.
But yeah, they were like, he was leaving the shower, she was going in.
Yeah.
And she was all like, oh, I guess I should have joined you. I missed my moment. And he's like, we're doing this thing where we flirt. But it was like, he's like, but no, seriously, like, we're not going to do that.
Yeah,
he's like, yeah, it's
I
like,
can't.
he said, we're definitely not going to do it. He's like, I physically cannot, which is a lie because he ends up having kids later anyway.
Exactly.
So it's like,
I mean, but does Bruce Banner have kids or does Hulk have kids? So like that's
both,
the
I guess.
So,
but I mean, like, so this is what I'm talking about the reaction to the movie. Is that when this movie came out, which you clearly don't remember, in the cultural zeitgeist, in the like talking about this movie, people were criticizing Black Widow's character because she was saying, do you think that you're the only one who's like a monster or whatever? After telling the story about how when she goes into the Red Room, which is the name for the training room, when you graduate from the spy school, they sterilize you.
Yeah.
And so people were, mostly women, were saying, is she saying that she's a monster because she physically can't have, because she's a woman and she can't have babies because she's sterile, and like because they removed, like literally like removed her like ovaries and womb and shit, and it's like, no, like that's not.
Because she's also talking about the hundreds of people that she's killed.
Right, obviously. But that's what I'm saying. Like, obviously,
but like it's those two things though.
Right.
It's
the
like,
entire point of her being sterile,
other.
it would be the same thing if it was a dude. If the dude got like his testicles removed, if he guys got like clipped, like it's the same concept. The idea of like spies being like, we're gonna neuter you so you can't have kids, is that nothing will ever be more important than the mission.
Yeah.
Because if you were to ever accidentally get pregnant, then it's like you would have something that you would die for or fight for more than the mission, more than the country, more than whatever, right? More than the organization. So it's like the entire idea is to like not give you, and then you go into it knowing you can't. So you already are like, there's not even ever going to be a chance of me ever having a family or love or anything like that. So it's like the idea that I don't have the capacity to create life and create love. All I have is death. All I have is my skill to murder.
Yeah.
So it's like that's where her idea of I'm a monster comes from. Not literally just because she's a woman who can't have babies. It's like, what are you talking? It's like, it's so funny because I remember watching a video of some like, I don't even know if to call them like, they're not like underground. Like they have a pretty decent following. I think it's like, you know, the YouTube generations change. Like new guys come up and kind of take the spot a little bit.
Yeah.
Even though like there's this guy Jeremy Johns who's still in the game. He's been in the game like 12 plus years, like 15 years in the YouTube game. Do you know Jeremy Johns?
No, not from name.
He's pretty dope. He's just like a white guy, black hair, red background. Bro has not changed his shit. He just puts up a green screen, puts a red background up. He's been doing the same shit 15 years. But I mean, in this real regular, like old school 2009 YouTube shit where he's like, yeah, I saw a movie. Here it is. And he just talks about the movie. And I'm like, master of his craft. He just does it. He like maybe 10 to 15 minutes tops, 9 minutes sometimes, pretty short.
Did you wear
like a suit blazer?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Because you showed me a couple of his videos, and I think I saw like 2 or 3 by myself.
Yeah, he's just like a super straightforward locked in guy, like bread and butter, like does his thing, hasn't changed, and like it's like I'm fucking with bro. I fuck with bro heavy. He's a guy, simple life, doesn't get into bullshit, doesn't stream, doesn't do anything, doesn't have any crazy sponsorships, doesn't do any Mr. B shit. Like he's just a real, just like I've been doing the same shit I've been doing since I've been doing it. But I remember watching. It wasn't him, but it was like his like level and his kind of like group, like people I've seen him kind of be around sometimes. They were like in a car. It was like 2 or 3 dudes, and it was like 1 or 2 chicks, and they were talking about the movie. And this is like around the time it came out. And the chick was like, was she talking about like the fact that she didn't have ovaries is why she's a monster? And all the dudes looking at each other like, no. They were like, what? They were like, no, it was more like her being an assassin. What are you talking about? And she's like, oh. It's like, they were like, and it's like that's what it was like. Every dude is like, no, we got it, and then she was like, no, it's like, bro, like
because of the ovaries thing.
It's like it's like Bruce Banner literally in the same scene is saying the exact same thing that he can't have kids. It's like, what are you talking about? Like you both are saying you can't have children. Yeah. It's like I don't know
for like technically the same reason, but like they're not talking about. Bruce Banner isn't talking about, oh, I can't have kids because my sperm doesn't work. He's saying he can't have kids because of the Hulk.
Right.
And she's saying. And the Hulk kills people. The Hulk is a literal monster, but also because he has injured and killed multiple people before. And she's saying she can't have kids, yes, because of her ovaries, but because she has killed literally hundreds of people. Literally in the first Avengers movie, when she was talking to Loki, she's all like, Loki was like, bro, your ledger is dripping with blood. Mm-hmm. It's like your hands are stained red. And then when we go to her movie, the Black Widow movie, what's his face? Red Guardian. Is talking to him and her sister and like, oh, your ledgers must be dripping with blood. He's like so happy for them for being killers. And it's like, that's the whole reason why they think they're monsters because they've killed so many people.
Yeah.
So are you watching the movie or are you just watching the movie?
Yeah, you got to lock in. It's like sometimes people just hear what they want to hear and they don't really pay attention to the full context. But no, I think people, I don't know, man. I've always been that kind of the odd man out because I've always liked them together. I always thought that they would actually work.
Yeah, I like it too.
Because the idea, I mean, she even says it, like the guy, like, I've been around guys who just, like to fight all the time. Just the world I'm in, I'm around fighters.
Yeah.
And then I'm with the one guy who doesn't want to be in the fight. Like, you're a science guy. And, like, you got this dark side to you and this bad side to you, but it's like that's not the real you. You want to keep that under control. Where most guys want that. They want to get, like, most guys would want to be the Hulk and want to gain strength and power. Where you are like, I want to deal with the science and I want to be a chill, good guy and I want to do good. And so it's like, I don't know. I thought they would have been good together. I think the fact that they don't end up together. I mean, she fucking dies, but like, you know, I think he fucks off to Sakara, which he didn't do on purpose, I guess.
That's right.
It does seem like when they reconcile, she's kind of mad at him.
Yeah.
But it's also like, you can't really be mad. I mean, like,
the Hulk did that, not Bruce.
But also, you just can't be mad if a guy just doesn't want to date you, just in general. It's like,
I mean, you have the right to be mad about it.
If you just it's like you just got rejected, even though he's still kind of like, he's like, hey Nat, like, how you doing? And he's kind of like, you know, we had a thing, but it wasn't gonna work. It's like he still is like, not like, oh, I've changed my mind, I want to get back together. He's not even saying that.
Yeah, true.
But it's like, yeah, it's like she's like, you left. It's like, yeah. You understand, I'm a grown man. I can leave if I want to.
But also, like, he said he was going to leave. Like, he did like, in also, that scene, yeah, he's all like, yo, I'm about to leave. She's like, all right, cool. Like, where are we going? He's like, no, not we. Me. I'm going to leave. Like, I need to go. Like, people saw what the Hulk was.
Yeah, he did tell you multiple times.
He's like, yo, I'm about to leave. She's like, in the scene in the bar, not the bar, but in the after party. No, that show at the party at the time. Like, he's talking about... Ned was talking about either running with it or fighting with it, and he's all like, "Run with it? Like, should we like do our thing? Like, should we date?" And then Angry Hulk shows up, and he's like, "Okay, like we can't because now the world knows what I actually am, and I can't even exist in this world. Like, I need to leave."
Mm-hmm.
And he does leave. So it's like you got that heads up, like you knew it was gonna happen, and God, even in that scene where they're talking after Natasha gets captured by Thanos. By Ultron. My gosh, I'm on Thanos' brain right now. Once Natasha gets captured by Ultron and Hulk shows up and he's all like, all right, like we can go. She's like, yo, but where's the Hulk at? And he's all like, oh, I don't need him. Like, we're running away. We're getting out of here. She's all like, yeah, but no, though.
Like, right. Nah, I'm good. I'm cool on that.
It's just like, okay. Like, he once again stated, I'm not going to go Hulk. Like,
yeah.
I'm saving you. I'll save some people and then I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm leaving. And she's like, no, you're not. You're gonna stay. And it's like, he just told you he's gonna leave.
Yeah, so yeah. So it's like you can't even be mad. Like, yeah, that's crazy, time. Bro. That's crazy. Natasha's a femcell.
Femcell?
Yeah.
What's that?
You've never heard of a femcell?
No, it's
a female incel. Yeah.
Oh, I got it. There we go.
Oh, it's pretty self-explanatory, I guess.
Like, yeah, like, I understood it.
I mean, like, her and Hawkeye are just like, you know, friend zone buddies. Like, he's married.
Yeah.
And then, like, she in her own movie, there was like the guy, and there's like they were like cool, I guess, but it's like
a guy.
There was like a guy that like it was like her helper or whatever. Like he'd like get her stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
Like a plane or whatever.
Yeah.
And then like, but it was like they kind of flirted, but it was like nothing.
Did they?
And then even her and even like Cap was like, nah, I'm still on Peggy.
I mean, no.
So it's like she really doesn't have any options. She doesn't even get in the comics. She gets up with like Winter Soldier, and like they just like don't even become a thing. Like she really is just alone the entire.
She's supposed to get with Falcon.
Is that a thing? No, Falcon gets with Lady Thor.
No. Falcon gets with Black Widow. At least that's what Anthony Mackie wants.
Oh, yeah. That nigga, he was just... Bro was talking. Bro was just talking, bro. He's like, please give me something.
He's like, yo, bring Black Widow back.
Give me scraps. Give me something, brother, please. I heard somebody came up with some fan-made bullshit where they were like, when they were on the run, then Natasha and Cap were like hooking up. And it's like, niggas just, no, they weren't. Like,
they clearly weren't.
The niggas was just making, where the fuck was Falcon at during that thing? And that nigga was just like, I'm gonna take a walk.
He's
like
in the other room?
Yeah, no way. Get the fuck out of here.
Bro.
All three of them on the run, and he's just like, I should have brought my girl. Shit. Bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what the fuck? Like,
no, that doesn't even make sense. Because in that scene, there's a scene where Captain America is talking to Hulk. Talking to Bruce Banner about Natasha. He's all like, yeah, she's real happy talking to you, bro. It's like, because he says, oh yeah, I've seen her flirt like up close, and that wasn't flirting. That was like genuine, like trying to be with you. Mm-hmm. And Bruce Banner's all like, oh, for real? Like, wait, what do you mean you saw her?
Yeah, wait, what do you mean? Yeah, what do you mean up close? Wait, whoa there, buddy.
Hey, I didn't know she was a homie hopper.
Yeah, bring that back, bro. Run that back.
But no,
Nikki.
Yeah, we're talking about Thor doing the Captain America kick. Captain America has a combo with like everybody in the Avengers, but this movie in particular, he has the most combos with Thor. Like, this is just the Thor Cap combo movie.
They're boys for sure, bro. He even says when Thor dips out, he's like, yeah, I don't like it when my team doesn't like talk to me. He's only talking about Thor. He's like, I don't like it when the boy doesn't communicate.
Yeah, it's just like, bro, he's always
because we gotta be locked in, bro. I got a notebook with some more tag team moves.
Yes.
We on the farm, we can practice, bro.
Exactly. That's the Cap and Thor with the combos is everywhere, bro.
If I throw the shield at him and he hits it with the hammer, and we call it up the home run, you know,
it's gonna be
sick, bro. It's like, come on, bro. And then I catch it, bro.
Oh, we call it an out here, bro. It's whatever. When Tony Stark gets the scepter from the base, we see like the makings of an Ultron bot, and in the background you see like a bunch of Ultron bots, like some more being made, which has you think, all right, Ultron was already in the process of being created before Tony and Bruce Banner started working on the scepter, which means that once he does, quote unquote, wake up inside of the Avengers facility, that's not his first instance of being awake, or at least that's not his original starting point. That's just, he just got rebooted. In my brain, he just got rebooted. So
I think it was that it was like, you see the scene where like when the Ultron, when they're after the party scene and they have multiple Ultron bots, or they're not even Ultron bots yet, they're still like Iron Legion, and then one of them gets the scepter and dips, and then they go back to the factory,
right,
and you literally see the factory turn on.
Exactly.
So it's after Ultron was created. So the first time you see Ultron power on and he's talking to Jarvis, that is the first time he powers on.
I think that's the second time. Only because
the factory doesn't start until after that. The factory isn't starting until
no, but like they were working and then they stopped working. They turned it off for the day, basically. That's why you don't see it.
Ultron wasn't. But Tony and Banner created Ultron. Hydra didn't create Ultron.
I'm saying neither one of them created Ultron.
So Ultron, you're saying Ultron was already like a thing?
Yes.
Huh?
And
maybe
he was booted up originally at the base and then rebooted at Tony's base.
Okay.
Because there's a line where he says, "Where's my?" and then he says, "Okay, no, where's your body?" Because he's already had a body at the base before, so he's not like he already has the idea of like, okay, my body isn't here, but I know I have one. But you, like, there's no record of you even having a body though. So like, why don't you have a body? So that's why I think that Ultron was already created before those two organizations even put him together. He was already inside of the scepter. He was already inside of the Mind Stone. And that's why the Mind Stone would take over Loki in the first Avengers movie. Like, it corrupted him, and it, quote unquote, was corrupting the group when the scepter was around in the first Avengers movie. Because Ultron is there, like, putting out negative vibes, basically. And then once that happens, once Ultron gets out of the scepter, no one's really angry when the scepter's around anymore. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. I think, like, seeing Tony get that vision from Scarlet Witch, also that kind of absolves him a little bit of how crazy he was being. Yeah. He got hit with the Scarlet Witch nightmare.
And that was going to think everybody was going to die unless he did something about it. No, he was directly told that he should have did more. Because if he doesn't, then everyone's going to die. And it will be his fault directly. So,
I think also in that scene where he sees all the Avengers like laying dead, there's like one random chick that's just not on the Avengers, and everyone was like, "Who the fuck is that?" And I was like, "It's supposed to be like, I guess, a random Shield agent."
Yeah,
but people was like, "Who is that lady?" Like, what?
But there's also like 3 other Shield agents in that same scene, but they all have face coverings though.
Oh, okay.
She's the only one who doesn't have her face covered up.
Yeah, because I was like, I never saw her. I just saw the main people, and I was like, "Oh, dead ass." Like, yeah, who the fuck is that? Anyway,
I was waiting for her to come back at some point. Never comes back.
Yeah, they should just start inventing shit. They should just start inventing characters and shit. I think like seeing Cap's nightmare of him being with Peggy and then turning around and the whole hall being empty.
Yeah.
I just like Cap's character. There's so many moments like that. Like every movie has a moment where he's like, "Fuck, man, I wish I was still in the fucking 40s." Like, it's just every time he tries to move past it, it's just like, fuck. Just imagine your biggest L never leaving you alone, bro. Just your biggest L, your biggest fumble in life. Just like, bro, I want to go back to 1952.
Like, but it also ties into his, because Ultron says that he can't live without the war. Like, there's like a better, he uses a better double liner to say it.
Captain America, trying to pretend you can live without a war. Yeah,
exactly. So it's just like that ties back into it, because even if he was back then, would he even be happy? Like, he's not happy because there's always, he doesn't have a war to
I think
fight.
Cap's story is funny because it is kind of like he went on some like kind of multi-year, some like handful of years, like fantastical sci-fi journey, but just to go back to his own time period, be like, man, that was a weird fucking decade.
Exactly.
It was a weird 10 years. I just went on some fucking, like.
How does Cap deal with going back to the 40s and not having all the stuff that he
probably does not give a shit.
I think he just went back to it.
I think that was his baseline. So he got, I mean, if you went to the future and you saw a bunch of flying cars, you'd come back and be like, PS2.
No, after 10 years of living there, then coming back and be like,
it might be a couple things to be like, yeah, that was pretty dope. But then I think, like, me personally, nah, because if I went back to 06, I'd be fine. I'd be fine going back to 06.
But also, why is he so old? We'll talk about that when we get to Endgame.
Yeah, I think so moving forward,
stuff with him.
The funny scene of like Tony Stark playing darts, and then Hawkeye shoots he shoots the darts right past him. He gets like 2 bullet eyes immediately. He's like, what the fuck? He's like, gotcha. Yeah. Hey, that's his house. It's like, he's like, they're my darts, bro.
Yeah, bro. Like, I'm gonna shoot darts when I want to shoot darts, bro. Why is it? The fact that he has a dartboard.
Yeah.
No, the fact that he has a dartboard, and then in Civil War he's all like, "Oh yeah, I played golf, but I got real bored of that."
Yeah.
It's like, you don't get bored of your darts though.
Yeah. I think what's interesting, this is like peak. This really is like peak MCU, because it really is the first, really kind of the only time they're all together like this. Because in Civil War they're beefing.
Yeah.
And not all of them are there. Thor and Hulk aren't there. And then like in Infinity War, they're not together. In Endgame, they're finally together again.
But it's majority of that time it's like sad times.
Yeah, most of that time is sad or fighting.
Yeah.
So this is like just the first and only time they just like have a hangout
and just chilling,
which is crazy because it's like, bro, like the bread and butter of just like you had with like them hanging out. Like you should have had at least one more time, one more like kind of party scene of them just chilling and like joking around and trying to like pick up the hammer or some shit and teasing Cap like, yo, you picked it up, like that was crazy. How do you do it? Like it. But like, nah, like, yeah, like I think unironically, like they did the Disney Plus shit. Like unironically, if you had like a sitcom style like show or like mini series, like 8 episodes of just like the Avengers in the tower, like not fighting crime, just like hanging out and cracking jokes, like Office style, like cutaway to like interview shit. Like some kid for their school project wins a contest to like do a documentary on the Avengers.
That'd be cool.
That would have been peak, bro. Come on, that would have been funny, bro. But I think getting back to the main bit, I think like I said in the post credit scene, seeing Scarlet Witch slam those blocks together was super creepy to me, and like I remember freaking the fuck out in the theater, be like, oh shit. The way she smashed those things together, I just imagine her crushing fucking skulls. I was like, yo, she's scary, bro. That's crazy.
The way that Quicksilver was just like running around in his cell, just like running into the wall.
And I knew who that was. I knew that was Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Oh, okay.
He was in Kick-Ass, and I remember him as a scrawny dude. So seeing him, I was like, damn, that nigga's jacked.
Like I didn't notice that was him until we got into Age of Ultron. I was like, oh, that's the guy. I was like, but is that the guy from the end credit scene? Because the guy from the end credit scene was jacked. I'm like,
yeah.
That's not like last time I saw him, he wasn't jacked.
Yeah, that wasn't the same guy. But no, I think I think it was cool. I think the language bit, classic.
Yep.
You know.
20,
also
Steve
fast forward to
end
game of like, Cap being like, oh, you gotta be shitting me. Like, like he's used to it now. He's a New Yorker now. He's all
about it.
He's used to being in the future. But no, I think I think, action's good, CGI's good. I think this is one of those movies where there are maybe a couple moments, not even a lot, but a handful of moments where maybe the CGI was wonky. I couldn't even name them, but like a handful of times where it's like,
I got you.
But
I got a handful.
But the budget was crazy on this, but it made its money. It definitely made its money. Yeah, and I would say like that whole like Cap chasing down Ultron scene was sick. Him on the motorcycle chasing down the boy.
Black Widow chasing down Captain America and Ultron on the highway. That was a good scene. A little highway scene. The
Vision is just sick.
Okay, we can talk about Vision right now. Then, when Vision first shows up, and I went on like a 10-minute rant about this, like a week and a half ago. When Vision shows up for the first time, and he lunges at Thor, and Thor throws him towards the window, and he like stops himself and all that, and whatever. During that scene, when everybody's talking to Vision, if you you got to slow that scene down and watch how Vision is moving throughout that scene. He is like commanding the entire scene that entire time, because the idea is that everyone else is like about to be on Vision, about to dog walk him basically, but Vision is just like calm, cool. Like every time someone talks directly to him, he takes a step forward towards them to like basically make sure that he gets surrounded, and then once he's surrounded, he backs himself up against the railing into a corner, and then at that moment he steps onto the outside to get towards Thor and where the hammer was, so that he could lift the hammer. That's the spark notes of what I talked about a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
But he does that because he was there, because he says he's not Jarvis and he's not a son of Ultron. He's this other thing, but he has the memories of Jarvis and he has some of the Mind Stone inside of him. Jarvis remembers that after party scene when everybody's trying to lift the hammer. So he knows that if he lifts the hammer right now, everyone's going to be on his side. Everyone's going to trust him automatically, because Thor's like, yeah, if you're worthy, you'll lift the hammer, and only those who are worthy, those who are of goodness of hearts, can lift the hammer.
Yeah, he knows the hammer lift is gonna be a move.
Exactly.
It's not like he doesn't know. He's not like, oh yeah, this is just a little thingy you could be. Like he has Jarvis's memories, so he knows what's going on.
Mm-hmm. So he's all like, if I lift this hammer, I'm gonna have everybody on my side. So then he just like, all right, let's run it. Lifts it, and it's all like, and then everyone's like, yo, what the hell? So he's like, I got everybody.
What the hell, LeBron James?
So, like, that scene is immaculate. And if you don't believe me, just go back, watch just that scene, and just watch how Vision is moving in that scene. The biggest thing that you have to do, if you don't have I don't want to say a 3-dimensional mind, but if you can't picture where everybody is through the cuts, then just pause it every now and again, and then just look at the corner of the screen. You'll see who I'm talking about, who the people are, because the way he basically like makes like a pentagram star as he's talking to the individuals, just moving around the space so that he's the one in the most control and he's not being like backed down. And it's just go watch it's good. He controls that entire scene to get everybody on his side so efficiently, and like the way that he speaks and the way that
his cadence.
Yeah, it's like he's low, he's slow, he's direct. He's like, there are times where he's like, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what I'm about to do, but I know that I'm not Ultron though. I'm not that guy. So the enemy of your enemy is my friend. Like, your enemy is my enemy. So we should at least work together to stop him.
Yeah. He's like, I don't even necessarily really want to. He has to be stopped, but like, I don't really want to kill him. He's unique. He's interesting. He's like me, but this world is beautiful and I need to protect it. He's like, so he's like, he's really interesting. I'm glad that Paul Bettany, the actor, got to do it, because he was like, I was like almost cooked. I was done with Hollywood. Like, I wasn't getting any roles. And then he's like, I get this voiceover thing. And I'm like, all right, it's money in my pocket. I'm still an actor, voice actor at this point. Cool. Then they're like, hey, you want to come do the live action? He's like, I didn't even know that was an option, bro. Let's get in the game. And he's like, and they're all like, how do you feel about sitting in the makeup? He's like, man, I'm just glad to be on set, bro. I'm just glad to be here. Like, put me in that shit. So like, and I mean, he does look sick. Vision looks sick, man. Yeah. Like, Vision looks like great, bro. Like, what a great translation from the comics to like be like, bro's not just red. Like, he's like a robot. So you can see the texture and you see the roboticness of him.
Silver in there too.
Yeah, not to fast forward to WandaVision, but I mean, like, he also did great in that show.
Bro, like that all white fit.
Yeah, the all white fit was crazy.
Oh, that's ugly.
At the end, when he's all like, when they're doing the like sitcom shit,
yeah,
and they're doing the cutaway gags, and he's all like, I'm not amused. I was like, I love this dude, bro.
and even during that time, like, he wears the iconic, like his original fit from the comics, where he is just all red with like the yellow cloak and everything.
That was tight.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm McDonald's out here. When it comes to Wanda, you see her abilities get stronger throughout the movie. Like she's tapping more and more into her abilities because after she mind controls Tony at the very beginning, she's like super weak. Oh, I can barely stand. I need help walking around. By the end of the movie, she's just like zapping everything around her, no sweat. I liked the hints that we see. No, I'm saying it backwards. The Wanda show? What was it actually called? WandaVision. That show took parts from this movie and just amplified it. So when they have to get the people out of Sokovia, she does like this little like mind control thing to like make people get out. WandaVision just amps that up to 1 billion by when she takes complete control over the town. After she figures out that her brother dies and she just vaporizes the robots next to her, that just amplifies. That ability gets even stronger when in Multiverse, where she just like completely kills like 18 people by just disintegrating them and everything.
Yeah. She just starts things that she did off instinct. She's now doing purposefully.
Exactly.
She's doing consciously. Yeah.
So like I just liked her progression of power. And then basically every movie afterwards, she just gets stronger and stronger. I feel like, which also just leads back into when I was saying about Civil War. So we had this debate that you said she should not have been able to stop Odu from blowing himself up. And I said that she definitely should have had the ability to stop him from blowing himself up.
Like, what do you mean? Like, when would that? Like, she just wasn't there in time. I don't think it was her powers. I think it was just she just wasn't there in time. I think
she should have been able to contain that because like she had it contained at first, and then she's all like, "All right, send it to the air."
Contain it. Yeah, no, like just have it fully implode and like die down. No, I feel like she had to toss that. I think that's a good area for her power to be at that point.
No, I think she should have had that in the bag. But Quicksilver going to the police station and like telling them like, yo, we need to get out of here, the place is under attack, and them not believing it. And then him coming back and like shooting the place up. So like, bro, get the fuck up. And then like handing them the gun afterwards.
That is also interesting, but it's like, didn't a nigga just super speed into the room and y'all are just like, oh, I wonder what that was. It's like, I'm sorry, what? It's like a guy just super speed. He's had to come back and be like, get off your asses. It's like, bro, he had super speed. Even if you didn't believe, if it was a regular guy being like, you know, there's chaos in the streets. Oh my God, we need help. And they're like, oh, this guy's drunk or dumb. Or it's like, no, this guy just super speeded into the room. Like, imagine Superman just tore the roof off and was like, hey guys, you got to get out of here, and then put the roof back down. And you're just like, whatever.
This guy.
It's like, and then he opens back up. No, seriously, get the fuck out. Like, get out.
Laser visions the floor. Get out, bro.
Yeah, like, what are you talking about?
But no, like, I liked that he did that because that was funny. But then that's a small hint to him getting shot later on. A bigger one is when he shows up and a bunch of like the police officers are shooting at some of the Ultron bots, and one of the like main officers like tells everybody to hold their fire, but one guy still shoots him and he gets like nicked. I was like, okay, yeah, he's definitely gonna get shot now. Because you could even say back when they were in the after party, when everybody was suiting up to fight Ultron. No. Before Vision was created and Quicksilver was running through the building, like taking it apart, Hawkeye shoots him from underneath, and like he sees the bullet like come up in slow motion.
Yeah, that was tight. That was like,
yeah. So it's like
because you hear the gunshot and then you're like, well, look at it. I'm like, damn, somebody got shot, and then you start seeing the bullet, and it's like, whoa. So he should have got him getting shot at a lot in this movie was just like a good indication of what was going to happen to him.
Yeah.
People, I think, a lot of people being like, there's no way he couldn't have like gotten them out of there and also still dodge those bullets.
No, I don't think he could have.
I think he could have.
I don't think he could have. Also, when I first saw the movie, I didn't know he moved the people. I thought he moved the car in front of them, and I was all like, "That's kind of dumb. Why didn't you just get also?"
Oh, you think he just stood there and let himself get shot and just moved the car in the frame?
Yeah.
No, he grabbed them and got them out of there. But in the process of getting them out of there, he took
their space.
Yeah,
like, that's the thing. Like he moved them in a different direction and then
I don't know.
was in their space.
If you can watch a bullet move like that in slow motion, I don't think there's any reason why like he wouldn't have still been able to dodge those bullets.
What I don't understand is, it's basically, it seems like he pushed them. If he's taking their space, then that means he had to have pushed them out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. But it looks like he put them there because they're still in the same position they were in. So it looks like he picked them up and then put them there and then got back into that position, because that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think the fact that he should be able to physically outrun bullets, and even if he's moving or carrying someone, he should have still been able to outrun those bullets. Those are not special, like, super fast bullets. Those are normal bullets.
I mean, they were super fast.
I mean, they were like 50 cal. I mean, but it's like...
But I'm pretty like that's a shield.
Yeah.
Black Hawk.
Whatever they're called.
Yeah. But like they're more advanced than normal stuff. So they are probably like a little bit stronger, a little bit heavier hitters. But at the same time, I don't think he should have got shot. For where he was standing and what they're trying to tell us he did, yes, he should have got shot. But for what it should have actually been, as in the only way that those people, that Hawkeye and that kid, were able to stay in that position is that they had to have gotten picked up. And if they had gotten picked up, that means Quicksilver should have also been in the same spot they were in. So he should not have gotten shot. So it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense if you look at it actually. It makes sense if you look at it for what it is. But that kid had a terrible week. That kid and its mom, terrible week. So
I think, doesn't this movie follow like that random family or something like that?
Yeah.
The entire movie. And this movie's directed by Joss Whedon, and when he did the reshoots for Justice League, he did the same shit of like a random family. And it's like, bro, why did you do the same thing twice?
And
it was super obvious. It's like very obvious. Like Joss Whedon did a bunch of reshoots and just did Avengers again.
Yeah.
It's like,
because that mother and child were in the town that Hulk had busted through. And then they were also in the same town. They show up 3 times in this movie at 3 separate fights. They're just always in the wrong place at the wrong time. I have in my notes, this family just can't catch a break because they just keep showing up when bad things are happening. It's like,
they can't get out of there. Lots of families can't help.
It's just like, come on now. Like, why y'all keep showing up in all these places?
The scene where Hawkeye's talking to Scarlet Witch and he's like, look, this is my job. Like, I'm going out there because it's my job. Like, it's like the city's flying. There's robots. I got a bow and arrow. None of this makes sense. It's like, you just got to lock in, bro, and hang on.
Yeah.
He's like, you stay here. I'll tell them where to find you. I have your brother come pick you up. It's perfectly fine. Like, you're not built for this. It's okay. Like, don't even feel bad about it. This is crazy. We got it. Chill out. He goes out. He's popping off. She comes out. I'm ready for work. He's like, sweet. And then, like, the Quicksilver shows up and picks her up and dips. But
where was he gonna, like, I don't understand what, if she didn't go out, so let's say she doesn't go out the room, right? And then Hawkeye tells Quicksilver where to find Wanda at. Where's he gonna take her? Just like to the edge of the city and tell her to jump off?
No, I think he probably would have just found a better hiding spot for her, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Or took her to a jet or something. I don't know.
No, okay. I'm just like, what's the point of telling her brother where to take her?
Yeah.
It's like, there's nowhere to go. You're in a floating city, hundreds of feet in the air, thousands of feet now.
Oh, but yeah, it was funny when he was like,
push her off the edge.
When Clint was like, oh, we're here, we're clear over here, and Cap was like, we are not clear, we are very not clear, and he's like, because he's like in the mix, he's like fighting 5 robots, we are not clear.
He just like does a drop kick to a shield through a robot. Yeah.
I remember seeing the set photos before the movie came out and seeing like Cap's fit and seeing him like sitting on the hood of a car like posed up with the shield on his back. I'm like, this dude is so tough, dude. Yeah. He's tough, dude. But
that big in-fight scene. No. The big thing that I heard a lot when this movie came out, like the first couple of weeks of this movie came out, was that Captain America was called Mr. Gymnastics, and that was a big thing that was going around during the time frame. That's something I do remember. And looking at this movie a little bit more critically for the pod, I understand why they're saying that. This man is popping a bunch of flips all the time. However, he never touches a bar. Granted, in men's gymnastics, they don't touch a bar, but they do this thing called it's called a hurdle, not a hurdle thing. It's like some type of horse thing. He does nothing on that. So not that much of a gymnastics because he doesn't do that. At no point is he dangling from something and has to hit a T pose, which is in men's gymnastics where you have to like these little ring things. He never touches that. They're just calling him Mr. Gymnastics because he does a bunch of flips. Okay? There's a bunch of parkour guys out there that do flips all the time. No one calls them Mr. Gymnastics.
Right.
So call him what he actually is. Call him Mr. Flips.
That's because, I mean, that is who he is. I mean, he's flipping.
Just call him
Mr. Flips.
Call him Mr. Flips.
Catch him on the flip side.
Exactly.
No, I think one of the peak scenes is when Ultron is choking Thor, and he's like, "I am Thor Odin's son. As long as I have life in my breast, I am running out of things to say. Are you ready?" I love the line read on the "Are you ready?" And he's like, "What?" And he just gets ding. And he hands him the hammer back. He's like, "It's terribly well balanced." Oh yeah, I mean, if it's too heavy, you lose power on the swing. So,
on the back swing. This
is peak Marvel humor. It's like all that is funny. They're like in the middle of the fight, and he's just like, "Oh, it's terribly well balanced." Like the idea of having a Marvel movie and being like Thor's hammer is like well balanced. Like just that tiny bit of an idea of like if you could wheel it, like it's not actually like wonky or too heavy.
Exactly.
It's like it's actually like
pretty
perfect.
light.
Yeah, it's actually pretty light, especially like with the handle and everything. It's like okay, that's tight. That's pretty. That makes sense.
And then the jokes about every time the "you didn't see that coming" joke was always good between Quicksilver and Hawkeye. The Hawkeye always trying to shoot or like hit Quicksilver. You know, him being mad at Quicksilver anytime he's not around and being all like, "You know what? I could really kill that kid right now." No one would care. No one would even notice.
Nobody would know.
It'll be a great thing. Everybody would sleep well at night. When Hawkeye first gets injured at the beginning of the movie and they're at one of the hospital facilities labs and Clint's on the table and he's like, he's not dying or anything. He's getting patched up and Tony walks in. He's like, "Oh, he's dead. He's flatlined. Call it. What's the time?" It's just
He's like, "No, I'm going to live forever. I'm going to be made of plastic."
Right, Doc? Tony and Bruce talking about Clint when he, at the beginning, and Bruce all like, "Oh, how bad is he?" And he's like, well, he's still Clint. He's like, "Damn."
Yeah, he's like, "Damn." Tragic.
Truly.
Thought they could do something about that. But no, it's actually funny that like Hawkeye is legitimately the most normal guy. Like not only does he have a bow and arrow, he literally has like a wife and 2 kids in like a house or 3 kids in a house. And it's like, oh, this guy really is the most. It starts off being like, the arrow guy is the most normal guy, and then it's like, oh well, shit, he actually is very normal. Like he is the most normal guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say final thoughts, final battle.
Oh, wait. I got something for the final thoughts. My favorite line was Natasha. I had a couple of them. The "when the dust settles, the only thing in this world living would be metal" was one of my favorites. When Nick Fury shows up and he says that they get back to Earth, like we're back on Earth, which had me thinking about the Skrulls and the not moon base, but like the space base that he's probably been up there for a minute. Like that's where he had fucked off to after. That's where he fucked off to after Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Like that's where he's been. So now he's back on Earth and that's what he's talking about. But my favorite line is when Black Widow is talking to one of the doctor ladies about Clint, and she says that pretending that we care about this guy is really what keeps us together. Mm-hmm. I like that line because Hawkeye is a very important part of like the Avengers group. He's like the Green Arrow. He's like the Green Arrow of the Justice League. It's like they're really normal people, and they are what keep the group of like these godlike entities from going too far over the edge. Like he's the not ringleader. He's the one with the leash, keeping them like under control basically, and having him around like grounds them and doesn't make them too much of themselves. And I really like that, and I like that line of pretending to care about him, but in actuality, he's the one that
keeps it together.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, he even says that in Civil War, like, I retire for like 6 months and everything goes to shit. I was like, exactly. What the fuck? He's like, you just call me back? He's like, I was on vacation, bro. He was like, you really call me back for this shit, bro? But like, yeah, yeah. I think Hawkeye is that guy that like, even in the comics, like Bruce Banner was like, if I ever Hulk out again, you got to hit me with this anti-gamma arrow. And it's like he's that guy. Like, yeah, sure. If you give him like a god killing Galactus arrow or something, like he's nailing that shot,
which he has done before.
Exactly. So it's like it's one of those things, and where it's like, oh, he's the bow and arrow guy. That's so silly. And I've said this before. Multiple things. For one, he canonically beats Natasha, so he's not the weakest link. He is better than Natasha. Natasha is the weakest link on the team. Excuse me.
I mean, technically, we could say that he lost in Avengers because Natasha mind controlled him. Mm-hmm. But we can also say that he wasn't in control, so he didn't make the most moves that he would have made. It was more so the scepter making him move in a certain way.
I even think she was kind of on the back foot in that fight. I think she really was trying to get him to. She was really trying to get the mind control out of him. She knocked him out. She hit his head on purpose to shake the mind control. But I do think, I mean, she says like, he came to kill me and then made a different choice. Like, okay, so he cooked you and like he had the choice to kill you and the chance to kill you and chose not to. So it's like he really did, like, he is better than her. And I think the whole idea of like Hawkeye being like, oh, I got 20 arrows and that's it. I can take out 20 guys and that's it. And we got an army of 100 robots. He's like, well, I guess now you have an army of 80, But I've always said like the nanotech idea that his like quiver, he has like a storage of like nano robots. So if he shoots an arrow and it hits someone, it just turns into like, floaty dust, and then it just dematerializes and then comes back. So he's just constantly kind of unlimited ammo of like arrows. And then maybe he has like a specialty arrow, like a hook arrow or like an explosive, and it's like he only has a limited number of like explosive charges or something. And that kind of still limits him. But he should have like, not completely, but like a nigh infinite number of like arrows.
Like nano termites.
Yeah, like nano termite arrows or whatever.
But I say nano termites because then it could take like other metals, like after
and reconstruct them into arrows. Yeah,
exactly. Especially like going up against like Ultron, since all of his robots are made of metal. After every time it hits an Ultron bot, now it can take the metal from that bot, add more arrows to the quiver, and also
add some sort of corrosive enzyme to it. Breaks it down easier.
Yeah, it probably hacks into that robot, so now that robot is attacking other robots. No, I'll say this last thought in the final when we get to the final thoughts, because it was pretty cool, but it's really small.
Yeah, also like you said, lines or whatever. One of my favorite lines that's went under I feel like people's radar. I don't think I've ever heard anyone mention it. I remember it very clearly in the theater when the city first breaks out of the ground and starts going up into the sky. Tony is talking to Friday. He's like, Friday, like, what's happening? And she's like, Sokovia's going for a ride. I'm like, nigga, what? Yeah. Why are you so creepy? Why is Friday so fucking creepy? I'm sick of the robots, man. Today I would have been like, Friday, shut up the rest of the day. I don't want to hear you for the rest of the fight, bro.
It was like, don't talk no
more.
Who
told you to say Sokovia's going for a ride? You didn't just say the city seems to be elevating exponentially. It seems to be some sort of adamantium engine. And she didn't say nothing technical.
But it's not even that though. It's the way she said it. If she would have said it like, yo, Sokovia's gonna go for a ride. If she would have said it like that, that's different. But she's like, Sokovia's going for a ride. It's
that's
bruh, why you gotta be ominous about it, man?
Get this nigga out of here, bro.
Come on.
You are too creepy, bro. Stop it, bro. I'm sick of the robots, bro. I'm sick of the AI being creepy, nigga. Get out of here.
But yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't do it if I was Tony. I'd be like, Friday, get the fuck out of my helmet. Get out of my ear with that shit.
Friday, I'm switching you over to Wednesday. Because you're doing too much right now.
I'm switching over to Alexa, bro. Get the fuck out of here. This shit is weird, bro.
But no. All right, so we in the final thoughts. Last thing I have to say about this movie before I give it some more praise, the last bit of my praises, is that every time Ultron is speaking through one of his bots, it turns red. Every time he's not speaking to it, it's just blue. That's a really cool, like, light little
visual detail. Yeah,
exactly. That a lot of people like did not pick up on, especially when I was really talking. Cause I talked to one of my friends. I wouldn't call him a friend. He's a coworker about the movie. Like last week or week and a half ago. Yeah,
a civilian.
Exactly.
Yeah,
about it. And I asked him, like, yo, did you ever notice that anytime Ultron's like talking, like through one of his bots, it turns red, but when he's not, it's blue. He's like, oh,
and he was like, "Who are you? Have we met?" He's like, "Well, who are you, bro?"
I just walked up to him. I was like,
Yeah,
"Hey."
yeah, yeah.
So remember the Age of Ultron movie
Yeah.
when I was like, "Bro, who the hell are you?" It's
I'm
like,
just waiting for the bus. Are you waiting for the bus? No, I drove my car here. I
actually stopped my car. My car's right there. I stopped
yeah,
to
I
get
just
up
parked
to
to
you.
pull out to ask you. If you
Is this question here? Make sure. He's like, "Oh, yeah,
nah, man, I don't watch comic book movies. Actually, I'm
It's
not.
like, oh, well, give me your kneecaps because
I'm not really a movie guy. I'm just like a music guy.
oh, you're a music guy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just
Give me
also
your
like-
eardrums because
Right,
you don't
right.
deserve those anymore.
Right, run your pockets.
Run those ears, bro.
Yeah, let me have them.
But yeah, other people didn't notice that like little pretty small indicator that Ultron is talking to the bots. That's pretty cool that I like. Last bit of praise. There's some you could say there's some quote unquote plot holes. Like the biggest one that we had already talked about is that Falcon didn't show up when he should have. There's no reason why he shouldn't have showed up, especially since he showed up earlier in the movie. Another, you could say, plot hole, not necessarily plot hole, but falsality of the movie is that during the second fight where Hulk and Tony are fighting, that it doesn't, like, Tony not being able to get Hulk out of the city doesn't make sense because he should have been able to transport him a little bit easier. Some people say like that doesn't make sense. The people talking about why Tony did not respond, like when Ultron first shows up and it's like that screeching inside of the building, Tony's the only one who does not react to it. People say that's a mess up on like the part of it, when in reality that's probably just due to all of the like machinery and robotics that he's been around. His eardrums are probably a little bit more dampened than a lot of other people's.
Yeah, he's probably just used to it.
Yeah. So another big one is that no one should be able to, like during the big fight scene at the end, it doesn't make sense how they cleared the entire city so quickly. But if you think about it, most of the city was already cleared beforehand, then of course the majority of the people would be on one part of the city. Another big thing that people didn't like about the movie that I slightly remember is that there's a lot of like empty dead space of the characters like not doing anything, but you kind of need that to really understand why they are doing the big things. Is like they want to keep this, like the whole reason why Tony Stark is trying to have Ultron exist is so that he doesn't have to continue fighting. Because if you remember, he didn't, like from his very first movie, he wanted Rhodey to be the one in the suit. Right. He never wanted to be the one in the suit to begin with. He didn't want to
be Iron Man to begin with.
So it's like, yeah, he's going to try and do what he can to not be the one in the suit. That's why he makes the robots. That's why he made the Iron Legion for the third movie. That's why he had the House Protocol for the third movie. That's why he has the Iron Legion for this movie. It's like he's trying his hardest to not be the one in the suit as much as possible. So the whole reason that Ultron is made by him is so that he doesn't have to do it.
Even in Civil War, it's like, you know, he's like in the suit mode. He's like in a actual suit, and he's walking around talking to, doing his whole thing, and it's like he's like, yeah, man, me and Pepper on the outs. I mean, I tried to get rid of the suits. It's like I'm really trying to get rid of this shit. But I think like
oh no, speaking about that, I know we'll get to it when we get to it, but that scene that you're talking about is like when he's in the office and he's talking to some head guy after when Winter Soldier like runs through there and he fights him a little bit and he's all like why didn't you do anything to stop him? And he's like, well, I'm in a 3-piece suit. Next time I'll be in an actual suit. It'll be a lot different. So it's like he's not trying to be in the suit. He's trying to be in this 3-piece suit. Right. He's trying to be a businessman. So we can go back to what you're saying.
Yeah, and I think like cool thing, like I like Maria Hill as a character, like Nick Fury whenever he shows up. I think Maria Hill, her little like conversation with Stark and Cap when he was like, hey boss, and he's like, oh, I'm not the boss, so just pay for everything and design everything and make everybody look cooler. Black Widow, like having that moment where they're like, hey Natasha, like where are you? And she's just like had it in a car, and it's like, why doesn't everyone have a jetpack? Or like Rocky boots or something. Like
she does say, well, not everybody can fly.
Yeah, not everybody can fly. He's like, you should. Anyway, I feel like there's no reason why he couldn't deck everybody out with a jetpack. Anyway, or some anti-grav thing or some grappling hook.
I mean, if we want to talk about anti-grav, the Captain America's shield, like his little gauntlet thing that he uses to like make it come to him.
Yeah.
Ultron has a very similar thing, which just seems like
he has a gravity telekinetic thing.
Exactly. So she could have one of those.
Yeah, she could have one of those, and also like Yeah, like yeah. What was my? I think what was my point, or did I say my point?
You said your point about her not being able to get there soon
Oh
enough.
yeah, like
Her and
specific.
Maria Hill
Kat
were
was
dope.
talking to Maria Hill, and she was all like, "Can you believe the twins? Like, damn, they joined up for those experiments." He's like, "Oh yeah, who would let a German scientist experiment on them to protect their country?" He's like, "Nigga, that's me." He's like,
Exactly. She's like, well, we're not at war. He's all like,
he's
well,
like, "No, they are actually."
exactly.
He's like, so makes sense.
oh,
So he wasn't even beefing with them to begin with.
yeah. In that scene, she says that, well, when they were 10, a shell hit their building, and like that's how they became orphans.
Mm-hmm.
And then later on, we realized that the shell was one of Tony Stark's shells.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if she knew that it was a Tony Stark shell.
She did, yeah. Because she said it, yeah. She said we waited 2 days for Tony Stark to kill
if
us.
Maria Hill knew
Oh
that it was
yeah,
a Tony
yeah,
Stark
yeah.
shell.
Oh,
I want to
okay.
believe that she did know, but she's not saying that it was Tony Stark's shell. That's why she
Okay.
just said a shell and not one of Tony Stark's rockets hit the building, and that's why. I want to believe that's true. It more than likely isn't, but I want to believe that it is.
Crazy how she just always had a very negative, like, they've never had a good dynamic.
What, Maria and Tony?
No, Wanda and Tony.
I mean, I wouldn't
Yeah,
expect them to.
they never connected.
I mean, Tony killed her parents.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't. That's not how that works. Just because the nigga makes weapons and somebody uses them doesn't mean it's his. But he didn't shoot the missile personally at her house. Number one. Number two. I mean, we don't even know what that war was or what it was about or who had that. I mean, did a bad guy have that or did like a good
or
guy?
did guy have it?
I mean, and it's also just like, you know, it just he was not in his fucking Miami house being like Wanda Maximoff and take this.
Also, why is he putting his name on his missiles? Like, I understand putting the name on the launcher, but on the missile itself?
Yeah, maybe on the missile itself is a bit much, but I don't think they do that in real life.
Oh. Okay.
But I think
It's still dumb even in real life too. Because no one's
Yeah.
going to see that. It's like you're just putting it on there
Right,
to just put it on
right.
there. No one's going to see
for a
that.
split second, it's like stop.
It's like, come on.
But yeah, and then next thing, I think last thing, there's a scene where Cap is trying to save a car from falling off the floating city.
Yeah,
And he does. He saves one car from falling off, has a family inside, but then another car falls off, and he's like, "Damn it, I didn't get it." And then that's when Thor shows up, and he lands on top of the car, and they're like, "Oh, the car's falling," and then Thor shows up, like, "Thor's here," and then he like lands the car back on the floating city, and he's there, and he's all like, "Where you been, napping or whatever?" Like, you know, but it's like, I'm sorry, did you just take those people and put them back on the floating city that's about to crash into Earth?
Yes.
You didn't take them back down? You
No.
should have safely take them down to Earth.
No, the floating city was closer.
It's like, bro, like he could have went underneath the car and then just held it and then like dropped to the ground. Like he would have been perfectly fine. And then just drop the car and be like, now they're safely on the ground and their car's fine. Their car's intact and they can drive away.
No, too far away.
He's like, let me bring you back to this dire life or death situation.
Honestly, the floating Sokovia was probably actually closer, and that is probably why he took it other because it was
it's
closer.
but
And
bro,
he wants to
like
get back to the fight.
there's
But at
no
the same
guarantee
time,
that we're gonna make it out of. Like most people are gonna make it out of this. Definitely take them back to the ground.
that
where
doesn't
it's
even
safe.
matter. You can just throw Mjolnir, and it will hit some robots up there as you fall down to the ground, because you're gonna be fine if you're falling. Even if he's not floating down with Mjolnir, him falling will still be enough to
he'll be
impact
perfectly
and
fine.
stop it.
It's not gonna hurt him at all.
No. So, but yeah, that's a
That
good
gag,
movie.
the gag of the like bro getting out of the car and be like, "Argh."
Yeah.
I think it would have been funny. He'd be like, the fuck, like take us back to the ground.
I want to be down there.
Why are we back on the side?
But it's a good movie. Like, just watching it by itself is good because it has a lot of. It tells you a lot of the older stories, so you can get like slightly caught up if you weren't really paying attention to the other movies. It gives you some ideas of what's been happening. It's gonna be a while till we hit a bad movie, like an actually bad movie.
Yeah. So we got a couple more heaters in the tank. We
Yeah.
got a couple more heaters in the tank. This is peak MCU. MCU is definitely cooking at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Another good line Ultron has when Vision, Thor, and Tony, hit him with like a blast, and start melting the adamantium away or the vibranium away. And he's like, you know, with the benefit of hindsight, and it just Hulk launches. He's like, nah, bro, get out of here. It's like, you know what? Maybe I was tripping a little bit.
Okay, you guys are kind of strong. My bad, guys. My bad. But is that scene is funny because in the comics and in the animated show, like he does that pretty often where he's all like, you guys are stronger than I thought you were. Let me just regroup real quick.
Yeah, bro, the fucking joke he makes when he's like, he quotes Tony Stark and is all like, you know,
keep my friends rich and my enemies richer, and see which one is which is which.
Keep your friends rich, keep your enemies rich, and wait to find out which is which.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm not Tony Stark, and he's like
quick to anger with it.
Yeah. And he's like, do I look like Iron Man? I'm not. He cuts his arm off. He's like, ooh. He's like, sorry, that looks bad. He's like, and then just kicks him in the face. Fucking. He's like,
I didn't mean that, but you shouldn't have done that though.
Yeah. When he was cooking everybody in it, and like, what's another line he has that I thought was funny?
Why you think of that? I like the line where he was when after Thor says, "Is this all you have?" or something like that. He goes like he gets his entire army together and he's like, "This is what I wanted. I wanted all of you versus all of me. Like this is all that I have." Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, cool. So we defeat all of these. We're Gucci. We're done here. I don't know what Hawkeye and Black Widow were. No, Black Widow's bullets got stronger throughout this last battle scene because earlier at the beginning of the last battle scene, she's taking like 2-3 shots to take the robots down. Now, after they're in the church, 1 bullet is for each robot and taking them down. So I don't know how her handguns got stronger.
Yeah. She got some higher calibers. She got some 45 ACPs.
But okay then, why didn't she start off with the stronger bullets to begin with?
Right, you should start off with the 50 cal to begin with, brother.
You should have had Desert Eagles on your hips.
But no, yeah, it's one more line that he has that I think was funny. I can't remember what it was, who he was talking to.
The one where he's talking to the Korean doctor?
Yeah,
it
was pretty funny. It's like quick to miss it. It is talking to the Korean doctor chick. No, not the obviously it's the screaming your whole staff dies. It's like Jesus. It's like and also those memes of like the same guy and it's like it's me and Ultron. And it's like the gay Ultron from like the kid show, and it just hard cuts screaming your whole staff dies. It's like oh shit. But when he's explaining to Wanda and Pietro, when he's explaining
in the church.
No, not even the church. Like in that scene where she like goes to Vision and she sees the meteor, and he's like explaining. He's like talking about the dinosaurs get their extinction and blah blah. He's like, no, don't worry, it's gonna be a good plan. And then like he like unplugs it and like gets Wanda out of there. And he's like, no, wait, guys, god damn it. And then just starts killing everybody. He's like, the fact that he literally just yells at them, like, it's just so many moments where it's like, he's just like a dude. Yeah. It's like, okay, this is so funny. It's like him yelling, wait, God, like he's yelling, he's actually just yelling for his friends.
I mean, which makes sense if you think about the last scene where after he gets taken out of one of the Quinjets, they're called Quinjets. Once he taken out one of the Quinjets, and because Hulk throws him out, and he hits like near the church, which I didn't know was near the church. The first couple of times I saw the movie, it wasn't until this last one. I was like, oh, like the church is right there. He's like no more than 20 feet away from the church. Because Wanda goes up to him and like rips his heart out. I was like, why did she take the time to go so far away from the church? She's supposed to be guarding the church. Why are you leaving it so far away? And it's like, you're not that far away, actually. You're like 20 feet away. Makes sense. My bad, Wanda. But he tells her like, yo, like you should get out of here. Like you'll die if you stay here. So like he clearly cares about Wanda and Quicksilver at least. But like it makes sense if he cares about them because they are like the next step, quote unquote, next step in evolution of humans. Because that's what he wants. He wants people to like evolve to be stronger than what they are. Because
I don't know. I thought he was just really saw them as his friends.
I mean, that's fine too.
He also, because that's the thing is she's mad because he does kill Quicksilver. He wasn't trying to kill Quicksilver. He's trying to kill Hawkeye.
True.
So it's like the fact that Quicksilver got in the way, he was probably like, "Oh fuck, Pietro, god damn it!" He's like, he's like, "You're my boy. I wasn't trying to get you." And then you're right. Like Hulk gets him, and he's like, "Oh come on!" Like he's like,
as he's falling out. Yeah.
yeah, he's just like, God, he's like, bro, I can't even figure. He's like, I didn't get to finish my master plan, and I can't fucking get away. Like, come on, bro.
Oh, the scene where he's talking to Wanda and Pietro inside of the church for the first time after. Well, no, it's the first time, and he's talking about how men of war want peace, but then they just create weapons of war. And he's all like, people create smaller people. And he's like, what is that word? He's like, he's confused on what the word is. He's like, right, children. I forgot the word for a moment. I was like, that's funny.
Yeah. He's like,
also like little people. I was like, smaller humans.
Yeah, he was like little people. Yeah.
That was good.
That was funny scene.
Yeah, that whole church scene was good, and he was one line he doesn't make any sense. He's like, "Did you know the church was built in the center of the city so that everyone could be close to God?" And it was like
equally as far away.
Yeah, no, he's like equally as close to God.
Yeah,
but that's still not. Maybe the people who are right there at the center are kind of vaguely, but it's like you're still like, if you're 5 minutes away, you're 5 minutes away.
Yeah,
like the further out you get, you're still pretty far. So it's like you're not equally.
No, but you are. Like the person who is 5 minutes away to the north is also 5 minutes away. Is the equal amount of distance from the person south? Like they're both 5 minutes away.
Right, but then there's a guy like who lives 10 minutes away from that guy. So you're not all equally far from God.
Nah.
Because like the further far out you go, the further whatever. But
it's like no matter how far north
he was
you
like,
get,
I like that the geography of faith. I'm like, I still don't get what is the geography of faith, man.
It's like,
is that like fake deep? I don't know.
No, it's like real radius and circumference and diameter. It's like it's math. It's math religion. Math religion. Religious math. There we go.
Yeah, I think when Black Widow's in the cage and he's all like, I was supposed to be new. I was supposed to be beautiful. Like that was some really dope shit.
And then he rips his old part, his old self apart to show his new self. He didn't need to do that.
You didn't need to do that. That's peak ore farming.
Exactly, bro.
You got to give him top tier ore farming.
Because he should puts his hand through his own face just to rip himself apart.
Yeah, being a robot is sick when you can do shit like that, like rip your own body apart. Yeah, he has to be in like the ore farming tournament. He has the makings of a champion.
Just so he can scare her, so she can scoot back, so he can close the door. It's like he could have been like, "Yo, back up."
Yeah, can you scoot back a little bit? I gotta close the door. I can't. You're in the way. I gotta.
Exactly. But he's all like, no, I gotta like rip my own body apart, and then stand above it, all juiced up, and then close the door. It's like
Tony being like, "Yo, son, have you been juicing?" I don't want to say you're looking puffy,
but yeah, it's good. It's a good
movie all around. Dope stuff. Yeah, like we said earlier, it's gonna be a minute till we hit like an actual bad movie. The next couple of movies coming up are gonna be pretty good. Because after Age of Ultron, we finna go to space.
Yep.
Yeah, finna hit space. So we're gonna watch
space.
We're gonna watch Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and Volume 2. We'll try and I'm not a big music guy, but I'll try not to talk about the music a bunch because there's a lot of good music in there. After Guardians Volume 1 and 2, then we're gonna watch Captain Marvel. Yeah. That'd be the next Marvel one for us. We'll be in outer space. I mean, I guess Captain Marvel isn't super outer space, but it's a backstory. So that's why we're mainly going, because her story's pretty old. So we're gonna go in the back in time to talk about Captain Marvel before we head into like the next big chunk of good stuff. What's gonna be the next bad movie? What, like Ant-Man 2?
Yes.
Okay. No, because Ant-Man and Wasp got Ghost in it. She's pretty cool.
Ghost is pretty cool, and it has the boy Walton Goggins in it.
Yeah.
So he's pretty cool.
And isn't Morpheus?
Nope. Oh, Lawrence Fishburne?
Yes.
Yeah.
Lawrence Fishburne. He's in there.
He was supposed to be the OG Giant Man.
Yeah.
He was supposed to have a scene where he goes giant.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why he did the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were just like, never mind.
Which is dumb. So, yeah. The next video that y'all will see, it'll be something cool, something crazy.
Yeah. If you could.
Tons of laughs.
If you could do, just scanning, fast forwarding through the Marvel universe, like what Marvel movie have they not made that you want to see?
that they have not made that I want to see.
Yeah.
Well,
It's like based off a comic that you like.
what are we? How far back are we talking?
As
Like,
far back as you want. Just any
No.
Marvel.
like any Marvel. So does that count?
Literally
Like
any
X-Men too?
Yeah.
X-Men as well.
Yeah.
Then they haven't really made much anything that they have not made something that I want to see. I just want to see some good X-Men stuff. Like that's really it. I just want to see some good X-Men stuff because we got a good Fantastic Four. Like that was cool. That was good. So I want to see some good X-Men stuff. I'm also very easily entertained, so that doesn't not very difficult.
It just has to be good. It just has to be cool.
Yeah, it has to be not trash for me to enjoy it. So my ratings on things are going to be very difficult, but because we got Blade, that was good.
What do you mean? We got Blade like in the 90s? What are you talking about?
Yeah, we got the Blade. We got Blade 1 and 2.
I'm just saying they were talking about making another Blade movie, and it's been like 5 years. They haven't made Blade, so
I know, but they have made a Blade movie though, and the first one was at least dope as hell. So we got Blade. We got some X-Men movies in there. We got some good solo Wolverine movies in there. I would like to see more solo stuff, like solo people with solo movies. I'd like to see more of that, like especially X-Men stuff.
yeah, like which specific X-Men? Like a whole Nightcrawler movie or something?
Yeah, probably like a good Gambit movie would be good.
Or like an X-Force movie?
Pretty much. Like the whole thing was that X-Men Wolverine Origins was supposed to be the start of a bunch of X-Men solo movies, but because Wolverine did so bad, because X-Men Origins Wolverine did so bad,
Yeah.
they just didn't do it. And it's like I'm pretty sure they had Cyclops, Storm, and Gambit all lined up for X-Men movies, but they just never did it. Oh, we have X-Men First Class, Days of Future Past. We have those X-Men movies too. So like they got a good handful of X-Men, like good ones. But I would like to see some more of those Avengers, like main Avenger ones. We got all of them. We got Spider-Man rolling. Like I would like to see a new Hulk movie, like a newer one, like with like the better animation and everything. But I want to see it shot like the '08 one was, where he is a little bit leaner and has a little bit more like versatility in his arsenal and not just punch, kick, punch.
Yeah, and
jump.
also just make him look like a monster again.
Yeah.
Definitely got to make him look like a monster again. Do not make him look like Green Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah, I ain't looking for
He
Green
should
Ruffalo.
not look anything like Mark Ruffalo anymore.
Yeah,
At this point, just make him look like fucking Frankenstein.
honestly. So, what about you?
I'm gonna
What are you
go
looking forward to?
super obscure. I want to see Squadron Supreme.
Oh, I want to see a TV show about the cleanup crew.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Damage Control.
Yeah,
I think they mentioned those guys.
yeah, they mentioned them in Spider-Man's in the first Spider-Man solo movie.
Oh yeah.
But like, I want to see a TV show about that.
Yeah, see, go into detail about them a little bit more.
Exactly, because I never saw the Shield TV show, Agents of Shield TV show. But you
Yeah,
said,
have you ever read Squadron Supreme?
Oh, Squadron Supreme. Isn't that Century?
Nope,
No.
that's Hyperion.
Yeah, I remember you talking.
And that's
about
what I'm
that a
saying
little
is we got guys like Sentry. Hyperion can box with Sentry.
bit. Okay.
So I think having Squadron Supreme come through and be like, you got the Avengers, New Avengers. How about the Squadron Supreme, which is essentially just the Justice League of the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
So you got like Darkhawk, who's like Batman. You got like a speedster guy. You got Warrior Woman, who's like Wonder Woman and stuff like that. And you got like, Spectrum, who's like Green Lantern. So you got all these like basically Justice League type characters. And they're basically like the Avengers. They are still good guys, but they got like beef with Namor. So it's like they just show up and they just start off like, because they're from a different multiverse timeline or whatever, and let the like Namor like fucked with. So if you have it to where, whether you do multiverse timeline or whatever, if you just have it to where like their lives were ruined, all of their lives were ruined, and they formed this team because Namor fucked them over and like killed people, like it legitimately like. And I mean, Namor has like, like he has beef with Black Panther. He's like beef with some of the strongest, most influential people that have mad connections. It's like, bro needs to pick his fades better. So it's like,
he wants to run the ones.
Nah, bro,
They're not
running the ones. Hyperion is gonna behead him with a fucking lariat, with a fucking chokehold.
Don't catch Namor in the sea.
Nah, bro, Hyperion is still cooking him in the sea, but nah, I think you know who I would get to be Hyperion?
The guy who played Homelander?
No.
The guy who played...
That'd be redundant.
Why?
Because he already played Homelander.
And?
I'm not finna typecast him. That'd be boring.
Okay.
I think the guy who played Homelander, you know he'd be good as?
Superman.
Wesker.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I would get Ryan Gosling. He's not in the MCU.
Okay.
He just had to get jacked.
Isn't he already like pretty jacked? Just give him a suit.
He's pretty physically fit. Nah, I mean, they give him a suit. They give Chris Hemsworth a suit. If Chris Hemsworth could get that jacked, then Ryan Gosling could get that fucking jacked.
Yeah, but Chris Hemsworth got that jacked like before Captain America though.
So?
How old is Gosling?
22?
Oh.
No, I'm kidding. Bro's like 38. I don't fucking know. Irrelevant.
When Chris Evans got
all these dudes are on drugs anyway. It doesn't matter. This nigga's gonna take 30 gallons of testosterone.
My man Jackman is actually a jacked man. No drugs. All natural. He's a jacked man.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to the Two Brothers Podcast.
We'll see you in the next one.
We'll see you in the next one. War.
Destruction.
But no, I think he'd be sick. And you know the chick who played the goth chick on Victorious?
No. Oh, yeah. Jade?
Yeah. He's like, no, never heard of it. Actually, it's my favorite show. Actually, I've seen every episode.
I think I've only seen...
Full heel turn.
I think I've only not seen like maybe 8 episodes out of the show. It doesn't have that many seasons to begin with, but I think I only may not have seen 8 episodes. And that's maybe.
Yeah, I think we should get her and have her play one of the characters, because there's a character who's like dark hair and it's kind of like, that's kind of how Warrior Woman is.
Wait a minute, isn't the person who played Jade, isn't that what's her face? Kate? Not Kate. What's her face? Jane Foster's friend.
No, Kat Dennings?
Yeah.
That's not Kat Dennings.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. This is going to be a running joke of you not knowing who the fuck Kat Dennings is. Bro, thinking Kat Dennings was on Victorious is hilarious. She's like 10 years older than that girl.
Oh, okay.
Kat Dennings is from a different era, bro.
Hey, it's all TV to me.
All right. I mean, they are both they're not both goth, but Kat Dennings was more like grungy. She was kind of dark.
Yeah.
So I get it.
They're both white chicks on TV to me.
They all start blending together.
They honestly do. They both have dark hair. Pretty sure one of them probably has brown hair. One has actual blacker hair.
Yep.
Pretty sure they both have brown eyes.
Not a clue.
They both have noses and 2 eyes and 2 ears.
Most humans do.
As they should.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
You know pigeons can see 360 degrees?
War.
Destruction. Annihilation.
Helplessness. Peace. Man, podcasting is fun.
I got time to eat again.
Podcasting is fun for the whole family. Everyone should do it.